So what's the meta right now? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. And I also want to show you something. This is from a pro gameplay. I'm just going to slow down a little bit. I just want to show you what's going on currently in the meta right now. This game has come to the point now where you cannot even play basic football. I genuinely feel sorry for the casual player, because if I'm struggling at finding consistency and I'm seeing stuff like this, which should not even be in the game, we'll come down in a second. And then I'm just seeing on the pro scene how the goals are. I'm doing a bit of some freelance work as well. I'm analyzing some gameplay. And all I'm seeing, for example, is power shots like this. You know what? I'll tell you something. You guys know I don't teach mechanic abusing, but it's come to the point now that on my Patreon, I literally teach people how to do this. Although I don't advocate it, and I teach people how to do stuff like this the first time, and I explain this in detail, maybe not this extreme, but it just shows, for example, this is the current state that we're in. Now, just to give you a bit of an example, this is done with Rodri, right? So if I go here and I type in Rodri, now this is Rodri. Now, don't get me wrong, he's got 91 long passing, 93 short passing, but it's not like he's running, for example, it's not like, for example, he's got Patti Guijarro's level where she's got the long ball. So here you have just basically Rodri doing the most insane pass that you'll ever see on the left foot, first time L1, and this is basically done very here by they hold the L1 button and they're holding the triangle button, as you can see like this, and then the ball is just getting swung. Now it's a bit more complicated than that, because you have to trigger a player. If you're part of the Patreon series, make sure you watch the video and I explain how to do this, but you basically trigger the player and then you time it. So to be honest, this could be perfected even more, is if you technically waited a little bit with Saliba, took a touch, and then waited for the winger behind the camera. You can't probably see it, but waited for the winger to be beyond this line and be over there, and that way it's almost undefendable. And you can see even here, like you can see Stokes probably witnesses this and sees it, and it's already right stick switched and trying to defend against it. But this is the situation we put ourselves in, is that we're in this situation here when the ball gets played here and the ball comes back inside the box, and then it's a first time power shot. Now, the biggest issue, as I said, first time power shots, look, I don't like them, but at least there's some skill to them. I'm not saying it should be in the game. Should it be nerfed? Yes. But right now in the priority list, as I said to you, right now you can get tackled from behind. So if I'm let's say I'm the player here and there's a player next to me, you cannot keep the ball safe. It's actually safer to do, and that's why I mentioned in this tweet, it's actually safer to do this than it is to take a touch in behind, because of how bad taking a touch is. Now, when they release this patch, nil.to/patch, by the way, if you want to go to this link all the time very, very quickly without typing in the full link. Now, I got so excited when I saw shambles. I got excited over this, but look, in rare situations, the ball could be moved as if it was received by a touch, into the ball pass through the players, and auto switching and stuff like that. And then in some cases, play animations could occur when attempting to control the ball. I was hoping what they effectively done is they nerfed the people attacking the ball from behind, but you can't. And for example, now when I'm teaching this game, what do I say to people? Oh, don't worry about trying to take a touch away. You're going to lose the ball. It's like, can you imagine playing Call of Duty and every single time you take a shot, there's a chance your gun drops on the floor or something stupid, and your opponent can kill you in that second. It's ridiculous. And now just to give you a bit of an example, right? If I go over here to the pro scene and I have a look, for example, at some of the gameplay and some of the goals that's being scored, most of it's all recurring the same thing. We're just going to scroll down a little bit, for example, like here. We're going to go a bit down. It's more them celebrating. But let's say we go more to the gameplay. You can see most of it is virtually, this is another example, thing we got through. But you can see that most of it, as you can see like here, it's the same thing. You can see like in this situation here, the ball comes through. I can tell you what's going on, right? The pass is going through. In fact, this player should have done an L1 trigger over here earlier. And that way you could have done a first time lob through ball. And you can see, look, that player is also reading it. But this time kind of faked it. And look, you can see, look, this is the meta. So these are literally the only two ways to score, is getting somewhere the power shot playstyle plus and then doing all this nonsense. And you can see all the goals are like that. Now, there's a few normal goals. I'm not saying there isn't. You can see so now that this is actually a pretty nice goal, but you see now that the L1 triangle, good pass to be honest. But this is the current state that we're inside the game. And I always say, at the end of the day, not trying to sound arrogant, but I'm a good person to basic understand the game because I play basic football. I don't abuse the game. I play good football. I would play like a casual player would play, but at a very high level is what I'm going to say. I don't like to do all this nonsense, but it's coming to this point now where honestly, I might have to be forced to do stuff like this. This actually, I've seen this goal. It's actually not a bad one. Good play. Yeah, but you can see there's no like pass and move goals. You know, it's not like, okay, I got some amazing pass that I can make. You select this one over here. Not this one. This is another example. But like, look, then you can see, look, the other option, the other way goals are scored is Travellas. So can you imagine? It's now easier to score outside the box. Finesse shots, these Travellas, power shots, and first time L1 triangles. All the things. Now I know they're going down the realism route, but they have now all the things to make this the most unrealistic football simulation game out there. So if it's easier to score a goal from outside the box, you can see the reaction on the bottom left. Like, what do you do? Like, even if you try to move the goalkeeper here, like, so this is what I'm trying to say is, look, we are in a situation where, like, I don't know, like, even me when I'm teaching this game, I tell people I don't even know what to say anymore because it's almost like I have to. It's like, okay, look, for me, for example, I want to give you a quick example. I can play the game at a high level, okay, and playing base football, but even then, I will still lose. Now, look, these goals like this, people are using play a lot because AI movement is so bad. But look, that's a nice goal here. That's actually a very nice goal. Good deception, brings a player back, and it's a good goal. And you can see a good reaction from the player. But what I'm trying to say is, look, if you can't play basic football, that's when you need to go back to basics. And it's come to the point now where I'm telling you, if you want to abuse the game, you actually have no choice. Like, you can, as I said to you, with my level, I understand that I can play an elite level, play base football, and still win. I won't win every single game, but I can still win the game without abusing the game. But I'll be honest, if you're asking me, I'm finesse shotting. I'm still sometimes doing first time power shots. I'm doing these. I'm not doing L1 triangles too much. I think that's a bit too OTT and Travellas, right? But I'm just saying, if you're watching this video and you're struggling with the game right now, just start doing this stuff because the truth is everyone is going to be doing it against you. That's the current meta right now. It's not football, but you've got no choice. Everyone's asking me, Neil, what do I do? In my opinion, don't put yourself at a disadvantage because I'm telling you, 1 month in, everyone's going to start doing it. So if you want to do those first time L1 triangles, then learn them. I've taught you them on the Patreon. You check those out. I've done one basic video on my YouTube channel where I explain how to do it. Don't feel bad now because, to be honest, it's the only way you can play the game. Otherwise, you're going to spend most of the game passing the ball around, being frustrated how you can't make a regular pass, but you can do a first time L1 triangle. That's the meta right now on the pro scene. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, thankfully, it's not as common as I mentioned in the post that I made. It's not as common now as it would have been. But trust me, this is going to be very common in 2 weeks. So, my opinion, they need to make some big changes to this game. Fix rebounds, fix these L1 triangle first time through balls, and fix less touch. That should be the first top 3 things that should be changed as a priority. Things like Travellas, they should nerf even more, I agree, and these power shots should be gone. But fix this issue first. Then we can start talking about the game going in a good direction. But as it stands right now, it's not even football anymore. Like, at least in FIFA 19, and this is bad, I'm going to say this, but at least in FIFA 19, it wasn't football, it was beach ball FC is what I call it, or beach ball foot FIFA, right? L Tornadoes. But if I wanted to press at a high level, if I want to use a 15k team, if I want to do pass and move, I could still do that because the gameplay was quick and I was able to do that as well. But you can't even play the normal way. You're forced to play like this. Unless you're in Division 7, then be my guest. So that's the current situation we're in. So yeah, start abusing the game because I don't blame you if you do.